Alright guys, welcome to today's video. The content of today is going to be mostly Barra and R34 stuff. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I know today I've got some exciting new parts to show you and one very cool discovery we have made with VCAM. So Alberto is throwing together the head just loosely to bring it over to the machine shop so they have everything that they need in order to do a proper valve job, get the correct clearances, and get it all dialed in. And you want to fill them in on your special discovery?
Oh, well, we're putting Subaru parts on the RB26.
So Alberto recognized this cam gear that controls the variable valve timing with the VCAM, and interestingly enough, it actually comes from a WRX STI engine. What is that, an EJ25?
25,
yeah.
So I built those engines before, and I was like, everything looks familiar, except I think they do change the outer ring. So this ring's probably made by HKS. And then the core VVTi system is from Subaru.
It's cool though because it actually makes a lot more sense, because I was always blown away how HKS could develop something like VCAM because it seems like such crazy technology that it makes way more sense that they're basically retrofitting the technology from a manufacturer's engine like Subaru to work with the RB. It's interesting, like, I wonder why they couldn't use like the VCT system, you know what I mean? From like the RB25.
Yeah, it's weird. Also, it has this kit that this part literally goes here like floating, and then it's held by this plate with this little like tube studs thing kind of. It's weird. It's a really weird system, and it makes sense, but it's still strange.
So we'll go into more detail about the whole VCAM system and how it works when we're actually assembling it. Like I said, right now he's just getting it together so it can go to the machine shop.
You know what's really embarrassing? I'm trying to like explain things and it sounds like I'm farting, but it's actually this chair. Because we're using this old office chair for the welding stage, and it's like, oh yeah, we're doing it. Can we have like a silent chair for this thing? Does HKS make a Subaru chair too?
Alberto goes, I'm not gonna even go there, never mind. All right, so now to talk about the forged internal situation that we have been having with the RB26. So the homies at Brian Crowder were able to get us pistons and rods super quick. Now in here we have their I-beam rods, which will be extremely overkill for this build, but will handle much more power if we decide to get wild with this setup in the future. But as I said before, the tricky part is the piston, because we need valve reliefs in the piston because of the VCAM. And the problem is these pistons don't have it. So originally we were actually going to get these cut. However, if we can get away with stock bore, which would be ideal for this engine, just because the RB26s, once you start taking off material, they have a tendency to crack. But if we can get away with 86 mil, I know I can get a set of HKS Step 2 pistons that already have their reliefs cut in them. If not, we'll have to go to 86.5. which this is, and this is a 9:1 compression ratio piston versus the stock 8.5:1 that the HKS pistons would be. There's pros and cons to both, but until we get the block to the machine shop to figure out if we can get away with 86 mil, this is kind of on hold. Marco stopped by to see my new mod. You wanna show them real quick?
Here, you.
Or you want? I'll demonstrate.
You do it.
All right. So check this out.
Wait, it's not focused. Go.
All right. So if we gotta get over a speed bump or something, I just get out of the car. I go. Look at that. And then when I rock out of the car meet, I'm just like, yep, look, I'm low.
There you go.
It's like, I don't even, adjustable suspension? It's like bags, but instead of being bags, it's manual? I don't.
So for whatever reason, the range of motion from this point upward is like kind of slightly binding. I think it's like a misalignment issue with the lower control arm. Would that make sense, Marco?
Yes.
So, yeah, that's a thing.
If heim joints are too tight, it's gonna do some weird stuff.
But at least it works like below that.
Yeah, the spring side's still working.
Yeah.
But the droop side's not.
Yeah, that's an R32.
So I never got a good comparison of the new mods with the suspension on the R32 because I instantly threw different tires on it and the car still spun a lot. So I'm gonna try with the same R888s that I had before because I think it hooked better on it and see if I can notice the difference. Sean hasn't been in the car.
Never. I don't think ever.
You rode in it once when it like ran like garbage.
Yeah, crap, yeah.
So we'll see. Without fail, every single time I take this car for a drive and try to film any GoPro footage, it starts raining. It's starting to sprinkle now, so I don't know if the grip is going to be comfortable, but I'm going to do the typical 1-2 to get some heat in the tires, and we'll turn around and try to do like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something.
band's nuts.
Yeah, it's still spinning a lot. Huh.
More grip.
More grip.
More grip.
We'll get back to you guys once we have more grip. I never look at a speedometer, so I don't know if we're going like,
I think we're going pretty fast.
like 30 miles an hour or like 50, you know?
We were moving.
Alright guys, I thought I would do a point of view real quick, banging through all the gears to show you guys what this car's like. So I've told you guys in this video that we've got some exciting parts to open up. Now, you probably think it doesn't get much better than HK's V-Cam, but what lies in this box right here is some very cool stuff from some very talented people in Australia. And like I've told you guys before, for the Barra and actually for the RB26 as well, a lot of the parts for them are coming from Australia, which has complicated some shipping stuff, but they are kind of like the leaders when it comes to high quality fabrication stuff, special engine parts for engines like the RB or the Barra. That's very common to make crazy horsepower over there. And if you aren't familiar with this logo right here, we've got some Plasma Man goodies in here and what is going to be a very, very nice intake manifold as well as some other stuff. Now my biggest concern when it came down to the actual like big custom, well, manifolds for the Barra, that was gonna be my biggest concern of lead time because a lot of that stuff isn't stocked on the shelf. But Plasma Man was able to get us a very good turnaround on a beautiful plenum for the Barra. And what's cool about this is it's actually made to work with a Bosch drive-by-wire throttle body, which will let us do some fun stuff when it comes to tuning. So this is one of the cool pieces in the box. This fuel rail is rad too. I love the machining marks on it. Falcon XR6. And the next baller piece Alberto's checking out right now. Check out their Pro Series intercooler. What's also very cool about this, in addition to being able to support a ridiculous amount of horsepower, it already has the flanges welded on for their plasma clamps. So we'll be using these throughout the build. And if you aren't familiar with this style clamp, they will handle ridiculous amounts of boost without any sort of boost leaks. They basically have an O-ring and there's a little bit of area for misalignment, and it clamps down on it and keeps it sealed tight. One other cool thing, we didn't even realize, they actually included the Bosch throttle body, and they make an adapter for this. It goes on with an O-ring and it converts it so that way we can use one of their plasma clamps right on it. So we're all ready to go. Even got a nice oil cap too. Now I'm super excited about this stuff. Not only do we get some cool stuff for the Barra, we got like the best of the best. We've all been geeking out over this stuff for the past 20 minutes.
These wheels are so consistent and almost looks robotic. Look at this, like all the dimes are almost exactly the same and in a straight row.
You guys have heard me say this whenever I go to Australia. Good fabric there is really, really common. Like even on like junk drift cars, people have sick pie cut welds and stuff. I think maybe it's just a more common thing that they learn over there. But I mean, Plasma Man stuff is like top notch.
Like look right here. This is so neat to look, like this double dimes perfectly divided and everything.
It's beautiful. One last quick overview of all the goodies we got from Plasma Man before I put this stuff all nicely back in the box to stay safe. And just an update on the Barra stuff. Thursday we will have the block brace and we can take it to the machine shop, and hopefully that'll be a pretty quick turnaround so we can start assembling. All right, so in some of those previous GoPro clips I said I'd get back to you once we had some more grip. And today the new tires did show up. I got a set of 275/40/17 Mickey Thompson SS tires to fit, and those are the tires I've had great luck with on the Supra. I will say it's definitely gonna put this R200 to the test. It has a Q45 ring gear in it, which will help it hold a little more power, like it has done a 1.4 launch before, but this is definitely gonna grip this thing out more than anything else we've done previously. So we're about to go take this thing out for the first test drive and see how she hooks. Check out the fitment though, like definitely took some finessing, but that's pretty wild. Might wanna go a little bit higher, but we'll see. I know it'll hook second. I'm confident it'll hook second now. The question is it gonna hook first?
And not break.
It handles launches, and I can't imagine like a first gear roll into power will be any more abusive than a launch, right?
Right.
Like a two-step launch where this thing pulled a 1.460 foot on like a full-on mega tall drag tire.
Also the way you shift it to dump the clutch.
We'll see. I'm so excited. I never thought there would be a day that, oh yeah, it's rough a little bit already over there.
Right my way.
I never thought there would be a day that I could fit a 275 on it.
Yeah, it's wild. On a stock body, just a pull. Yeah, it's get on it, it's like, and it's not a crazy pull either.
Yeah.
You can't go too crazy with because of the 4 doors.
I know. I used to run like a 245 on this, and I thought that that was like the most.
Yeah, I remember when you told me, I was like, 245 is wild in this?
I was pretty like slammed though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is if this thing does actually hook, it's gonna squat.
Yeah, that's yeah. It will rub off whatever's in there right now. We'll see. I thought about the paint, but I didn't follow through.
Well, first it'll still spin, like they're brand new tires, so. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. You feel it like.
Dude,
Yo, you felt the front end?
we were doing wheelies, bro.
What?
I smell the burning rubber.
Yeah. I smelled it when we were turning.
You know what's sick though? It did not spin like at all in first or second, which means I can raise the boost.
Okay.
Because we had it at spring pressure in first and second with boost by gear, just so it wouldn't like spin like crazy. But if we can make this work, and I think especially too, like we have to have spacers right now to clear the lower control arms.
Right. Once we get the right ones,
Yeah.
it will help. That's what we need, really.
Yeah, the different control arms.
Right, and then we don't run no spaces. We don't have to worry about rubbing.
Yeah.
So technically, that's right there what we need.
I still have a lot of Barra stuff I got to show you guys, but the Plasma Man stuff was just stuff I was really excited about. We're gonna switch over to some more GTR stuff now. So you guys might be familiar with Terra Firma from my videos or from Tommy's, but I found out that they actually have a bunch of R34 GTR stuff in stock. So these boxes are pretty much every new R34 GTR part I could find that would be useful for the build. So now we get to look at all the OEM goodies. I am so hyped right now. Look at this. Here I was about to try to clean out this old crusty piece, and now, look. Stuff like this is just, I don't know, I guess I'm geeking out extra hard because a lot of my cars are so old that I can't get new OEM replacement parts. This is beautiful. Johan's gonna be hyped on this one. You see what this is? Brand new fender liner, dude. The last set in existence. I don't know that, I just made that up. Look at all this. One rear section, the other one wasn't in stock.
You know what would be more exciting?
What?
A whole bag full of
Clips? Yeah, hopefully we have those somewhere near. Look at this. All the OEM hoses. I think this is the intake kit with all the little clamps and everything, brand new.
nice.
Brand new manifold heat shields. New radiator hoses. This is the piece I'm most excited about. This for sure is at least the last one that was in stock here. Brand new AC condenser. You'll never see this, but it's brand new. I love it. All right, so one thing I haven't updated you guys on, I did figure out a solution with the whole piston ordeal. Unfortunately, the block was a little bit worn and I wasn't able to go with 86 mil pistons. However, I did get the HKS Step 2 pistons, and the machine shop that does our work actually is able to custom cut those CP pistons that I have. So looking good for the R34. We pretty much have everything that we need. So it's just waiting on machine work, then we can start to assemble. And believe it or not, in the next video, you guys will see the engine bay painted already. It came out amazing. It's about to get dropped off any minute now, and I'm super excited. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I know it came out great. Super happy with this thing now with its silly little drag stance. I think I'm gonna put TEs in the front, even though they're only 8s, just to have matching wheels. But honestly, man, this thing is rad. It grips up. It's still got the cool little JDM flair to it. I love this car so much. I just made a post on Instagram, but it really has been built for the purpose no more than just to really do everything and be fun, and it does that. So I don't know, it's awesome having a drift car that can go fast in a straight line, and it's an awesome street car. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a lot of fun, and tomorrow we start to tear into the R34.